All right, welcome to the energy reading for October 20th through October 26th. Holy crap. As I started pulling these cards, there is a lot of energy that is moving, that is flowing. So, we're going to take a moment, we're going to ground that energy in, but there's so many exciting things as we are moving right towards Halloween. Now, for a lot of us in the United States, perhaps more of that Western sort of culture, we sort of celebrate Halloween as a fun idea, a fun way to sort of dress up, to get candy, all those sort of things. However, Halloween has always been very significant for the idea that this is when the veils are very thin in the midst of Queen season, right? In the midst of this very ethereal, energetic, flowy kind of energy. And so this has always been a day where traditionally you really celebrated the ancestors, you celebrated the Day of the Dead, going back and recognizing that they are who have brought you here, and it is all that they were that you bring with you. And so, not a day to focus on lack, but on a day of celebration, a day on celebrating with the love that was carried in your lineage. So, with that being said, the energy coming off of this Aries moon, full moon, has been quite significant as we have the fire and we are, very much entering the Scorpio season, which is all about water. And we're going to move into that here now this week, I believe. So much moving. And we're going to start with the cards. And we originally start here with the Lover's card, right? Oftentimes really symbolic of union, of relationships, and this could be a relationship to yourself, your inner masculine or feminine, as well as with your partner, as well as with anything, right? So the energy within the business, the energy within all sorts of things. And this feels very much internal as well as with your partner. But again, insert whatever feels very significant and relevant for you, as this has really been the energy of union that we have been in all of this year. Magical energy. And we bring in the 7 of Gabriel. Now, what's very fascinating about, she says, stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. I'll let you see that a little bit more. And we bring in this energy of air. You could see the air energy. We have the galactic or the rainbow sort of frequency coming in, which is really, really beautiful. This is accompanied by, I focus on what is working. And then finally, we are bringing in, this is Sky, Rainbow, Moon. This is an elemental card, very powerful card. So again, bringing in the air, again, the rainbow, a nod to the rainbow that again, we're also seeing here. And interestingly enough, the moon. So many different aspects being brought in just originally here. And so what we're really bringing in is this idea. We want to let go of perhaps any disappointment or frustration. It's clearing out of the heart space, but it's also clearing out of the womb space. So again, all of these chakras have been really trying hard to align this year, bringing us back into balance, into center, into union between the masculine and the feminine. Remembering that when we're in the center, we don't have a side. We don't have a masculine, we don't have a feminine, we have complete union, we have one. And so it's bringing us all back into the center. So these energies, and as we're moving towards Halloween, this Day of the Dead, excuse me, my nose is running, which is usually significant for me. It feels as though a lot of this also is in reclaiming our power. Okay, reclaiming the power of what has been. So stand up for what you believe in, have confidence. So we're bringing in back in some courage. We're bringing back in focus. I focus on what is working. And so we want to be careful of what has been hijacking our mood. What has been hijacking our mood, and put our attention, bring our attention away from the density that we may have seen within these 3D realms that have perhaps felt like injustice, and instead refocus our attention more on this like multi-dimensional realm, more on spiraling up. There have been, when we focus on the density, when we focus on the disappointment, when we focus on the frustration, when we focus on what has not been working, this is a spiral down. And so we want to begin to focus our energy on what is going to help us to spiral up. Now, typically when we spiral up, we think of it as more of this galactic, multi-dimensional, positive light, solar, right? Versus down feels like more dense, more sort of a disempowerment, more victim. And so we want to consciously start creating the movement upward. And we're always in this sort of spiral type energy. So the Seven of Gabriel really brings us to this idea of like, look at the challenges, but see through them. So what I mean by that is it's like, look at where you have seen challenge, look at where you have seen victim, look at where you've seen disappointment and frustration, and now see the equal was present. See where you have been seeing the victim and now find the power. Spiral upward. Look where you've seen frustration and find the satisfaction. Look at where you have seen anger and see the peace, right? Like begin, now is where you integrate. Now is where, if powerful one, step into your power and show me your power. Powerful one. Now step into your power and show me your power. Notice how I didn't say, think about your power, feel your power, show me. This is the masculine coming in that we have been working towards, grounding this information and saying, okay, we have been working all year to bring in more power, to bring in more reclamation, to bring in more codes, to bring in more insight, to bring in more union. Now step in. Do it. Be it. Show me what you have learned. That feels very poignant, and you can feel sort of that like, oh, kind of conviction that comes with that. Okay, then we are joined by the Page of Wands. Oh, cards are falling. We have the Knight of Raphael. And the Knight of Raphael, we have committed romantic relationships being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Again, a nod here to, again, this union energy, the things that are clearing off our union, that are bringing us back into center. And it is really a lot of reclamation energy coming in. We have support, right, from community. My community is supportive, loving, and active in the world. This feels very poignant into remembering your light attracts light. Okay, so perhaps there have been areas where you have had fear in letting yourself fully be seen and shown, feeling like if there's this thought process that says that like the dark is attracted to the light, and they want you to flip this and recognize that that is actually a fear, and the fear is an illusion. It is causing the spiral downward. When we spiral up, we recognize that the light attracts light, which means you will attract the people into your world that are of similar like mind, similar thinking, similar energy. You actually attract similar. So don't be afraid to be in the light, because that fear is attracting the dark. And if you want to attract more light, to bring yourself more into balance, into more of your power, then don't be afraid of your light. It will attract more light. It will attract more of those people. Be very resourceful. And then we have water, ocean, sun. We've got the 22 up in the right-hand corner. Again, a nod once again to mastery and union, all of these energies. So here, bringing in the element of water. So we had the element of air, now we have the element of water. And when we talk about the ocean, we're really talking about depth. And then we have the sun, solar codes, right? Solar, allowing the depth of water and the ocean. So what this feels like with the Page of Wands is a new perspective being born, fueling sort of more of this creativity, more of this passion within you. And it is asking you to open your heart. Kind of what I was just talking about before. Open your heart. See how resourced and how resourceful you are. and bringing in a little bit more equality. So in seeing how resourced you are and how resourceful you are, you have to recognize there are people around you, all around you now, that are of similar energy, similar like mind, but perhaps there has been some hierarchy. Thinking I've been doing this longer, they've been doing it longer, I'm more advanced, they're more advanced. And recognizing that every single one of us hold codes and keys and information for the next person. Each and every one of us has our own unique perspective here to share, and there's no such thing as, in no time and in no space, in the act of becoming who we are here to become, there is no such thing as further along. There is no such thing as I've been doing this work longer, you've been doing this work longer, we've all been doing it equally, we are all infinite beings, okay? And in fact, there may be people that you have felt you are better than that are holding your codes, and you're holding yourself back because of hierarchy. Or there may be people that you're thinking, I'm not enough for, and yet they hold your codes. You hold their codes. And so open your heart and see how the resources are available for you when you let go of this idea that needs to be clear, that feels like it's clearing out this week, of superiority versus like inferior, hierarchy, this sort of hierarchy type of thing, which feels very deep. It feels like there's a lot of depth there within that. So really play with that energy, because it's in that energy that we play. It feels like when we start to allow ourselves to enter arenas and enter places and enter relationships that we had previously held ourselves back from, that we're going to recognize that there is so much opportunity for us to love, to grow, to expand, to really see and hear each other in new, powerful, powerful ways. And this is where you'll find your community. You're thinking your community like, it's in front of you. Look, open your eyes. Look, 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 look. As well as the superior inferiority between the masculine and the feminine, between perhaps some of you who are in partnership and thinking, I'm further along, I've been doing the work, they haven't been doing the work. Actually, what you may not realize is that they do listen, even if you don't realize that don't think that they're listening. But what you may not understand is that they are further along in other areas and have been holding energy for you to get to where you are. This feels very poignant. They have been holding the energy for you to get to where you are, and now it is your turn to hold the energy for them. This is not a judging energy. This is not a hierarchical energy. This is a recognizing that they are in their power, and choose to see them in their power. Look for their power. Your power should look for their power. Your victim will look for their victim. So what, powerful one, show me your power. Where are you? Show up. Where are you? Call it forward, front and center. See, power sees power. Light sees light. Do you see? It is calling us into the energy to say, step up. We have been collecting, we have been gathering the pieces. Put them together now. That was now is what is coming through. And as you see here, we've got the knight, right? The knight, and he is on his horse, and he is at the water's edge. The storm is behind him, right? The battle is behind him, and it looks victorious. This looks like very victorious energy. The nose again, I apologize. Okay. Then we enter this, we have the four, right? Yes, the 4 of swords. We have 6 of Ariel. And Ariel says, material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. We have the rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life. As you can see her there, breathing in the exhaling and breathing in the spiral, they're essentially the same, right? And now we bring the fire. This is fire, wildfire, star, elemental energy. All right, let you really bring that in. The lion, there's so many lions that have been coming to me in dreams lately. Lion Kingdom sort of energy. So super powerful. So when we talk about the Four of Swords, this feels like retreat, a time to relax, a time to sort of like surrender. This feels like surrender, actually. Surrender, 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 surrender. Okay, like the breath. Like the breath. So this is like refocus. So at the beginning, I said this is a time for focus and also refocus. So the focus shifts from here to here. Okay, it's a small degree difference, but refocus on trust. Trust feels very pertinent right now. And when we see her, I want you to see that she has two baskets, a basket here and a basket here. And she's got stuff on the ground. She's collected. There's the tree behind her. And I don't know if you remember, I seem to remember a tree being dividing the last one. Now we have her in the center of the tree. Again, bringing us back to center. And there's balance. Okay, there is balance. And her baskets are full on both sides, which means equilibrium, balance between the giving and the receiving. Between the giving and the receiving. And so when we talk about breath, this is very much like surrender, like you, and trust, like you surrender each breath, right? So when we talk about the way that we breathe, it's very much like this energy of I surrender it and I receive it and I give it, and it is nourishing and it is replenishing and it is supportive. So every time we exhale, we get rid of everything we no longer need, what the body no longer needs, what is no longer valuable to us. And every time we inhale, we bring in nourishment, what the body does need, what is valuable. And it is constantly in flow and in movement, and there is balance, and there is balance, and there is balance. And I do not question it. I do not worry about it. I do not doubt. I am just in flow. I am just in flow. And in the natural flow of the universe and in the natural flow of myself, I am always in balance. I am always equal in receiving and in giving. And it feels like this energy of overflow, this energy of abundance. And it is taking time to refocus on seeing and receiving that you're already here. This is already true. This is already reality. And it is refocusing on the power that allows you to see you're already here. And then we have this cosmic 11, the energy of 11 here. Oh, other side, energy of 11. And this feels like dance with the flame. Now, we could say he has a very similar pose to her. Very similar poses here. And it is this wild and free and untamed and uninhibited, and sort of like let the cosmic fire, the light within you, guide you. Let the fire burn. Let this be a rising, the phoenix rising type of energy. Your power. When we talk about the sacral, and then when we talk about I didn't even mean to do that when I was trying to say when we talk about the solar plexus, but also let the fire burn in the sacral. Let it rise. Let your creativity rise. Let the uniqueness and the individuality of you rise, recognizing it creates potency, not dissolution. It creates potency. Potency feels like. So a bit of refocus energy coming in as we arrive at the 6 of Pentacles with number 12, Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause. Another pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. A nod to individuality. I want you to notice he is inverted, upside down, reaching for the ground, reaching for 3D, grounding the crown, grounding the energy. And I love the fact that there's this big top here. This is the energy of my new frequency masterclass. That's pretty cool, which, by the way, becomes available on Tuesday. So, wow. Wow. First of all, boom. I am on the right path. I'm divinely guided. Notice we've got the shadow and we've got the light. This could be interpreted as the moon or the sun. I mean, really, it's like, I imagine it's the moon, but it's like, looks like the sun. And then we have sky, wind, sun. Let this energy, this pink energy, feels very significant. Take a deep breath and focus on this card for a moment. Let the energy really in through the third eye and move it all the way down into the roots. Feel the frequency rising within your body higher and higher, and see the spiral begin to move up and up and up and up. Feel this sort of magenta pink frequency coming in now through every cell, grounding the energy down. This feels very pertinent. Rise. This is the energy, rise, sky. So now we're in air energy again, air energy again. Share your resources. So we came into recognizing I am resourced. I am resourced. Allow yourself to see how resourced you are, how abundant, how in overflow, how there are things all around you that you might not be seeing. It is time to see it. It is to look with your power and to find what is there available, because you're going to take the time to do this, to refocus on what is important, to see what is actually fueling your creativity and your passion, what actually moves you like air. Where can you feel like you're in flow, in balance, to where you can trust that the fruits of your labor are always here, always available, and that can bring you truly back into this center energy where you are focused on what is important to you, not what is important to the world. Focus on who you are here to be, not who the world has told you you are here to be. Focus on seeing your power so that your power can see other people's power. And how can you change the stories you have told from the victim to the power? How can you see it, see it, see it, see it, be it, be it, be it? These are all action words. See how you are fully resourced, and you are here now at this time to see your individuality creates the potency that is not separate from your divinity. They are one and the same. Who you are at your individual frequency, your individual essence, is here to be shared. You carry the energy that is here to shape worlds, that is here to really be in service to the world, because you are fully resourced and you are resourceful. You are not only for the self, but for you, right? So now it is time for me to move from me to you, from me to you, from me to you. I did that 3 times, and that feels like very pertinent information, because now you have walked here, but you're standing here in the light. You understand this, and it brought you here. You delivered yourself from this into this. And you do not have the fear, because if you could do it once, you could do it twice, you could do it an infinite number of times. And so it's time for you to share, to radiate, to be the mirror, reflective essence that says to other people, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. I see your power. I see my power, so I see your power. I see my light, so I see your light. Do you see how this just totally flipped? I see how potent the individual is within me, my own unique essence. And so I value and see the unique essence within you, which allows you to expand this when you recognize that there is no hierarchy. There is only perspective that creates difference in frequency. And I don't mean to also plug this in as well, but that is really the energy behind The frequency masterclass I'm doing, we are working with energy, and I'm showing you how to birth your unique frequency and how to really work with the energy, connect to it, so you can do this with your offers, so you can do it just in your general work, and really tuning in and honing into very specific focused frequencies to create potency. To create potency, when you step in and stand in your unique flavor or essence, you will begin to appreciate others. Your circle will begin to expand. You will become a mirror reflection for all that people are desiring to see within themselves. This requires focus, and this brings us back into union, back into the one. Not only is it 3D, not only is it grounded, but it is also up through the crown, as we recognize that this is behind us, and we can now begin to merge the fire and the water and bring it into balance with earth and with air. Balance seems to be extremely important. I know a lot of people don't believe in balance, but I want you to recognize that balance is an individual set point. It is an individual, it is about harmony versus this idea of equality. Some of these apples, right? They might have been apples, which is super interesting as we've been working with clearing the energy off the apples, what we thought about our ancestors, about our lineage, and recognizing that these apples are no longer toxic. We're no longer in Sleeping Beauty, right? Is it Sleeping Beauty who ate the apple? I think so, right? Went into a spell? Or no, she pricked her finger. I don't remember. Snow White maybe ate the apple. So we're no longer in that energy. We are now in the energy of seeing power, seeing light, being focused, bringing balance. And the big thing that seems to be coming through right now is show me. The time of collecting the pieces and just ruminating over them and just thinking and feeling into ourselves, being in our mind. Now, my friend, walk. Walk. Show me. Do it. Create it. Become it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay. Then one final card kind of popped out for me. And I thought, I mean, why not? The sun. And what I love about this energy coming in towards the end is this light feels very, very pertinent. It feels like the sun, S-U-N energy. It feels like the sun, S-O energy. It feels like finally recognizing the value of the masculine and beginning to ground and bring this energy in union with the feminine, seeing him as a partner, seeing his royal codes, seeing his divine importance, recognizing and building these structures, because the doing is where he comes in. The doing is his, like, oh, this is my part. This is my part. Here's my cue. And so allowing ourselves to surrender to that, surrender to him, and trust that he is going to help you create absolute freaking magic. Okay. Sit with this. You may need to watch this a couple of times, because to be honest, even as I'm going through this, it's like there is a lot sort of whirling around and swirling, and I'm even having a hard time like completely following it here, which usually tells me that a lot of what I said today was not meant for here. It was meant for here, for the body. So trust that the words I said and the frequency that they carry and the messages I delivered, many of them were more for the body, for the heart, than for the mind. And let's roll with that and trust that it will become, you will have greater understanding over time, perhaps as they begin to play out for you physically over the next week and beyond. All right, so excited for all of the beautiful things coming in, and I will see you for next week's energy reading.